Good afternoon to you. I'm Lauren Casey, and we want to welcome you in here to the news at noon on this Monday. Taking a look outside right now, it's a chillier day in the forecast. Todd Clausen is standing by with what it feels like as you're stepping out the door for your lunch hour and what we can expect later this afternoon. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, Lauren, a little more pleasant now than it was this morning, where temperatures dipped all the way down close to freezing and actually below freezing in some locations. Got down to 31 degrees in Crawfordsville. I know that's not on the map, but 34 in Lafayette as well as Terre Haute. 38 was the overnight low temperature in Indianapolis, but with lots of sunshine out there. In fact, you can't even find a cloud in the sky as you look off towards the west. We've seen our temperatures start to moderate quite quickly throughout the morning, and we're all in the 50s right now with the exception of Peru. You're still sitting right now at 49 degrees, 55 in Martinsville. It's 58 in Bloomington. 55 is the current temperature as you make your way over into the Greencastle area. So we are completely clear. These little specks of green you see showing up there, that's just some feedback from the radar. We will not have hardly a cloud in the sky this afternoon, and without any clouds, you can't have any rain, so that is not a threat for us here for the day today. So with the sunshine, we're up into the low 60s for your afternoon highs. Cools off quickly, though, once the sun sets. We'll talk more about the rest of the week for you coming up in just a few minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. New this midday, police in Speedway are asking for your help to find this man. Come take a good look at your screen. His name is Vincent Edge, and police say that the 39-year-old man is wanted for the stabbing death of his mother. Officers were called last night to a home on White Horse Road that's near Crawfordsville Road and Lyndhurst Drive. That's where they found the 58-year-old woman dead of stab wounds. Police say Vincent Edge is 6'1", 195 pounds, and was last seen wearing a red sweatshirt. If you know where he might be, you can leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. If you live in Hamilton County, you may have seen a lot of smoke, and this is what is causing it this midday. This is an aerial video of a huge fire burning at Portside Marine. This is on 226th Street in Cicero. About 60 firefighters responded to this fire. Thankfully, we can tell you no injuries were reported here, but as you can see, the damage is extensive. We're going to be updating this story throughout the day for you on the RTV6 app and also at the IndyChannel.com. Well, the bus aide shown in this video slapping a girl with disabilities is due in court today and will likely plead guilty in this case. Ranchella Van Fossen is accused of this attack on the girl. It happened in Noblesville on a school bus back in May. A viewer sent that video to RTV6 recently. Van Fossen is charged with battery in this case. She initially pleaded not guilty, but again, on a change of plea hearing that's scheduled for today. We're going to have more on this developing story as new information comes in, and you can stay on top of all of that on the RTV6 app and again on the IndyChannel.com. Also new this midday, it's a sign of the times in Marion County. Prosecutor's office there. 2 weeks ago, the new county prosecutor Ryan Mears announced that his office would no longer prosecute cases involving less than 1 ounce of marijuana. Since then, 228 simple marijuana cases have been dismissed. Mears says even before the policy change was made official, more than 3/4 of those possession cases were not moving forward in court. Mears also says that he has staffers now working to address simple possession convictions and having those expunged. They're also working to end any driver's license suspensions that may be related to those convictions. Also new this midday from northern Indiana, state excise police made a massive bust of counterfeit vaping pods. Officers raided the Zip Food store on 132nd Avenue in Cedar Lake up in Lake County. Police say that they had the store under surveillance for 2 months prior to obtaining the search warrant. Inside, the officers confiscated 9 boxes of counterfeit Juul vaping pods and Juul starter kits. Now, the business received citations, and investigators say they're still trying to figure out where the fake vaping materials came from in the first place. Now to outrage and the search for answers as they continue in Fort Worth, Texas. This after a white police officer shot and killed a black woman in her home through her bedroom window. As ABC's Marcus Moore tells us, it all began with a call from a well-meaning neighbor.
Shock, sadness, and anger in Fort Worth.
Jefferson.
Protesters flooding the streets, a community demanding answers.
No justice, no peace.
The outrage after a police officer killed 28-year-old Tatiana Jefferson in her own home, sparked by a phone call from a concerned neighbor. He noticed her front door was open and called police on a non-emergency line to ask for a welfare check.
What's going on there?
Well, the front doors have been open since 10 o'clock, and I haven't seen anybody
moving around. It's not normal for them to have both of the doors open this time of night.
The dispatcher immediately sending officers to her home. But then the encounter turns deadly. In this newly released body cam video, the responding officer approaches Jefferson's bedroom window and begins shouting commands, but he is not heard identifying himself.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
Then firing one deadly shot through the window. Police say the officer, quote, perceived a threat, but they suggest that proper procedures may not have been followed.
There was no time for her to respond. It was reckless, deadly behavior.
Tatiana's family says her 8-year-old nephew was in the room playing video games with her when she was shot.
When I made that non-emergency call, I didn't say it was a burglary. I didn't say people are fighting across the street. I didn't say there's a drug. I didn't say anything that would make them think they needed to have a gun. All they needed to do was knock on the door and ring the doorbell.
The officer has now been placed on administrative leave. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Fort Worth, Texas.
Well, it's one of the places people are most frequently scammed out of their money. Next on the news at noon, tips on how to protect yourself when you're shopping online. Is your driver's license in compliance with the new federal law? Coming up, there's an easy way to tell, and there's a way to get help this week if you don't have the proper ID. Todd.
And Lauren, it's a sun-filled afternoon for us here across central Indiana. In fact, there's not a cloud in the sky right now, and that's the way it stays, shaping up to be a beautiful fall Monday for us. We'll talk about the rest of the week coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
New tonight on ABC.
Time now for an RTV6 Consumer Alert. Joining me in studio today is Tim Maniscalco with the Better Business Bureau. And Tim, today we're talking about a website that is scamming a lot of people. They're ordering stuff and they're not getting those goods.
Right. We've talked a lot about online retail websites, and that is the biggest scam that is going on out there. That's where people lose the most money. So we want to talk specifically about a site called Buy and Save. This is a site, it's operated out of New York, but we've gotten complaints in 23 states, including here in Indiana. So we've gotten a number of complaints, and it's the type of situation where they've got great goods that they show on their website, fantastic prices, you pay for it, and it doesn't show up. So they do have a very enticing way of getting consumers in there. So whenever you shop online, you just really want to make certain that you know the retailer, you know that it's a legitimate website, you know, just make certain that you check out all those things. For instance, like in the URL bar, it needs to say HTTPS. S is the important word up there. Always shop with your credit card. If they take some sort of other payment, that type of thing, that's a red flag. Don't shop with anything other than your credit card. If you do run into a scam, please report that on BBB Scam Tracker, and also check out BBB Scam Tracker to see if anything has been reported about there. And once again, if it's too good to be true, be very, very cautious, because, you know, things are worth so much out there. And if something is way, way, way below market price,
it's a red flag.
It's a red flag. So we just wanted to warn people about this specific site.
Okay, Tim, thank you so much. This has been an RTV6 Consumer Alert. Well, an American causes a crash, killing a British teenager, but she came back to the States and now claims she can't be prosecuted. Up next, how the teen's family is now in the country seeking justice. And work is underway on a new biking, running, and walking trail in Noblesville, but just ahead, the reason why not everyone is happy about the new addition in Hamilton County. And here's a live look right now from our Weather Now camera on top of the pagoda, looking back towards the city skyline. Clear skies today, and Todd Clausen is standing by. He's going to break down what it feels like out there and what we can expect for the rest of the week ahead. Stick around. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
1,000-mile warranty at Honda of Fishers.
Welcome back. The fallout continues from the death of a British teenager who was killed in England after a reported collision with an American driving the car on the wrong side of the road. Well, today the teen's family arrived here in the U.S. to push for justice. As ABC's Julia McFarland tells us, the woman who caused the crash is seeking protection through diplomatic immunity.
The British family of Harry Dunn has arrived in the United States to continue their fight for justice.
A lady made a mistake. She killed our son. She didn't mean to kill him. She didn't mean to have the accident. But you cannot walk away from that.
19-year-old Harry died in late August after his motorbike collided with a car outside an airbase. The woman behind the wheel driving on the wrong side of the road. Anne Sekula stayed silent over the accident until yesterday, releasing a statement via her attorney. Anne is devastated by this tragic accident. No loss compares to the death of a child, and Anne extends her deepest sympathy to Harry Dunn's family. The media reporting has been inaccurate in many respects. Anne fully cooperated with the police and the investigation. The 42-year-old fled the UK under diplomatic immunity, protocol the UK Foreign Office now says she was not entitled to.
As it's nearly 7 weeks now since we lost our boy, sorry just doesn't cut it. It's not really quite enough.
They hope to meet with Sekulas in the US after she said she hoped to see them in person. But today they say they'll only agree to a face-to-face if she agrees to go back to the UK to answer for her part in their son's death.
If you were a father and your child had died, surely you'd want that person to own up and take the responsibility of their actions.
President Trump has issued sympathy with the Dunn family over the tragic accident, but he added that the situation is complex, saying diplomatic immunity is rarely waived. It's unlikely the US will have her extradited to the UK. Julia McFarlane, ABC News, London.
Well, work is getting underway today to remove old train tracks for a new trail in Noblesville. Crews will remove old concrete rails from the tracks stretching from South 8th Street to the south side of Connor Street. The path will then become part of the nickel plate trail system connecting Noblesville and Fishers with a walking trail. Now, critics had tried to stop the project for years. They were hoping to use the tracks for light rail public transit to and from Indianapolis. We have much more on this work and how this will impact your drive in the area. It's all right now in the RTV6 app. Let's take a turn right now to our forecast and take a look outside. A beautiful shot over downtown Indy. Todd, blue skies. What can we expect as we head out there?
Yeah, more of the same. You know, we'll keep the sunshine around, which is good news. And
makes it seem a lot warmer.
Right. You know, we'll continue to warm it up a little bit. Not too far below normal today. This morning, though, it was chilly.
Ooh, yeah.
We had frost advisories that were posted for parts of the area, and rightfully so, as the temperature got down to 31 degrees in Crawfordsville this morning. So you were below freezing. Lafayette, Peru, you got very close at 34 degrees. 38 was the low temperature here in Indianapolis. But again, with all that sunshine out there, we have seen our temperatures warm pretty quickly throughout the mornings and now into the early afternoon hours. There is not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful picture as you look to the north past the downtown library and beyond. 56 degrees, that's the current temperature. The humidity is 45%. The air is really, really dry and will continue to be that way throughout the course of the day today. So enjoy. You may just need to bundle up a little bit here. 56 in Greencastle and Martinsville at this noon hour, 55 in Columbus. Although locations to the south now touching 62 degrees in Bedford. And I would expect quite a few 60s here in southern locations throughout the course of the afternoon hours. Should get up to that 62 in Indy, 66 in Bloomington. Columbus right around 67 degrees, upper 50s for afternoon highs in a northern location. So working our way throughout the day, there will hardly be a cloud around. High pressure is firmly in control. The clouds will stay to our north, but there is going to be a quick moving front tomorrow that's going to drop down out of the northern plains, and that will bring back the chance of some rain showers into the forecast tomorrow afternoon and into the evening hours. But tonight we are completely dry. Temperatures will be in the mid to low 50s, so cools off very quick. And keep in mind, sunset earlier and earlier now at 7:08 this evening. Now tomorrow it's a cool start. We are back probably in the upper 30s to low 40s across the area. It's not quite as chilly as it was yesterday, or this morning rather, but we'll warm up a little quicker here throughout the course of the day tomorrow, and we should climb up into the low 70s with a good amount of sunshine to start the day. But you notice this thunderstorm icon. There's probably going to be about a 15 to maybe 45-minute window that you'll have the opportunity tomorrow to see a quick passing shower. The noon hour, we'll just kind of see the clouds starting to increase. But once we get towards the evening commute, as that front slides through, there will be the chance of a few isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder in southern locations. But this front goes through very quick, so the rain showers are not going to linger in your neighborhood for very long throughout the course of the evening hours. So tomorrow into the 70s with those showers late in the day. But look what that cold front does do to our temperatures. It knocks it back down on Wednesday and Thursday to 59 degrees. degrees. Friday, we're back up to 67 degrees. And then that warming trend is going to continue into the weekend as well. So if you have plans and couldn't make it out to the pumpkin patch or maybe the apple orchard for all those fall pictures this past weekend, you'll have an opportunity to do so this weekend with mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the 70s, just a few showers it looks like will be possible early Sunday morning, but certainly not a guarantee at this point.
All right, Todd, looking like a good forecast. Thank you so much. Well, if your driver's license or state ID does not have that little star in the top, it means it's not a real ID. You now have less than a year to make sure your license is a real ID and it's real ID compliant. Otherwise, you will not be able to fly on commercial flights in the U.S. This week, the Indianapolis International Airport is actually partnering with the BMV to host a real ID event to help make sure that their license or other IDs complies with the new federal law. The event will be this Thursday and Friday at the airport from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. both days. You can find out more on your website on the website on your screen, realid.in.gov. Well, still ahead here on the news at noon, the latest look at court cases from all around the nation. Stick around. You're watching RTV6.
Terribly exciting. That's why we do it.
This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashley Wilcott. Prosecutors in Florida are continuing their case-in-chief against Jimmy Rogers. He's the alleged hitman in what authorities say was a murder-for-hire plot to kill Dr. Teresa Sievers. Now, the state's witnesses have been walking the jury through the preliminary physical evidence obtained against Rogers, including the blue jumpsuit that the investigators say the defendant wore on the night he killed Sievers. Lieutenant Michael Downs testified it was clear from the crime scene that it was not an ordinary burglary.
And you indicated you walked through the house. Did the house look like it had been ransacked?
It did not.
And was there a time when you came to observe money in the house?
Yes.
And do you recall a particular amount of money that at some point you came to see?
All in all, and observations of currency at the crime scene, it was upwards of $40,000.
Sievers' husband, Mark, is accused of orchestrating the plot to kill his wife. He'll be tried separately after Rogers' trial. Court TV will keep following any new developments. Now, back to you.
And you can learn more about other court cases all around the nation right now at courttv.com. Well, Fortnite is one of the most widely played video games, but you can't actually play it right now. Millions of players logged on yesterday for a special event to end the game's 10th season. Well, in an unexpected twist, the Fortnite island blew up and pulled everyone into this black hole. So if anyone tries to log on and play, the black hole is still all they see. Now, almost a full day later, the game is still down. It's not clear how long this outage will last. People are freaking out about it. Maybe it's time to step outside, though, Todd. Go outside and enjoy the weather. Yeah. Well, we talked many times here on RTV6 about the best ways to end those pesky robocalls. We all get them and we all hate them, right? Well, of all the tips we passed along, this one may actually be the best one. A salon worker recently got rid of an unwanted caller with a little help from above.
I need you to bow your head because you're interrupting the prayer. And Lord, we thank you for this time. Thank you, Lord. Yes. We even thank you for the caller on the other end. I don't know what they want. Don't know. They interrupted. I don't know what their needs are, but I ask that you would just meet their needs. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. I don't know what it is. Don't know. If they're selling anything, we're not buying it. We're not Jesus. We're not. I ain't got no money no way, Lord. God, I thank you. I'm gonna put them on call block as soon as we get off the phone. But until then,
well, amen to that. Joanna Hewley posted that video from her salon in Memphis, Tennessee. Telemarketers are no match, Todd, for the power of prayer. There you go. That's one way to do it.
Absolutely. All right. Get outside and enjoy the nice weather. Beautiful afternoon for us. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures into the low 60s. It does cool off quickly, though, this evening once the sun sets. And then tomorrow's actually pretty mild. We go up into the low 70s. Those showers, probably 5 o'clock to about 8 o'clock p.m. window for them to move through. They will not linger very long. Then it's cooler but dry as we round out the week. But the weekend upcoming looks pretty nice, Lauren, with temperatures back up into the 70s.
All right, Todd, looking forward to that. And thank you for joining us and making RTV6 your choice for news on this Monday. We hope you come right back here and join us for the news at 5 o'clock this evening. Get outside. Have a great Monday afternoon.